Hello, health defenders! Eating with anxiety and eating because of anxiety are problems that are becoming more and more frequent. And I say problems because they make us eat when we don't need to, they make us eat what we don't need, and they also make food less enjoyable. Dr. Borja Bandera here, your Spanish physician and endocrinologist. Today we talk about the link between nutrition and anxiety. There is a bidirectional relationship between food and anxiety. On one side, anxiety disorders, a frequent mental health problem, prompt emotional eating, which we could define as an emotional intake that does not seek to satisfy hunger or meet another physiological need, but rather seeks an emotional comfort, acting as a reward or reinforcement when we are feeling down. But on the other hand, and this is less recognized by most, what we eat also influences our anxiety levels. Different dietary components that we are going to look at in this video increase or decrease your anxiety levels. Therefore, this video has two distinct parts: how to avoid anxiety eating and how to modify your diet to fight anxiety. Of course, the two are totally interrelated. How to avoid anxiety eating. First, more tryptophan. Tryptophan is an amino acid involved in the synthesis of serotonin, an important neurotransmitter related to feelings of well-being and happiness. Low levels of tryptophan are associated with more anxiety, and in these types of individuals who do not have enough tryptophan, supplementations appear to decrease anxiety levels. Another way to increase tryptophan synthesis is to consume carbohydrates at dinner. Yes, carbohydrates at dinner. They are not fattening and they can help with tryptophan synthesis. Tryptophan-rich foods include eggs, soy, seeds, meat, and fish. Avoid monosodium glutamate, MSG. This is a food additive used as a flavor enhancer in many ultra-processed foods and is associated with higher levels of cravings. Chinese food is also high in MSG. CBD or cannabidiol. Sometimes we need help in the form of a supplement to improve a stressful situation or high anxiety levels. Undoubtedly, one of the most effective supplements to control anxiety is CBD, which has nothing to do with cannabis and has no psychoactive effects. In other words, it's not a drug, and it's totally legal, of course. Of course, look for a brand which offers THC-free CBD and the formulation that best suits you, because there are oils, mouth sprays, gummies, or capsules. Without a doubt, the best CBD brand I have been able to find so far is NatureCam, which also gives us a 15% discount for the followers of this channel on the price of the card. That is cumulative with other discounts. Food preselection. By this, I mean not buying trigger foods that are likely to promote that emotional hunger. Cookies, alcohol, sugary dairy products, pastry, white bread, etc. This action is a priority if you want to improve. Increase the amount of protein. A diet high in protein is related to lower anxiety levels. Here, the timing is very important, and it's much better to distribute the protein intake between the different meals than to eat a lot in one meal and very little in the others. Try to include at least 20 grams of quality protein at each meal, which is equivalent to 100 grams of chicken, a protein yogurt, 2 eggs, or a scoop of whey protein. Always start with protein and vegetables. This simple change in eating sequence can help you get full earlier and avoid cravings for more tempting parts of the meal, such as carbohydrates or dessert. This is a trick to use when eating out, for example. Soluble fiber supplement. Like protein, a soluble fiber supplement will keep you satiated throughout the day. You can use glucomannan, psyllium husk, inulin, or guar gum. Be careful not to exceed the dosage, maximum 10 to 15 grams daily. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting in some people can trigger more anxiety, especially if you are not used to it. But the truth is that paradoxically, most intermittent fasting users report the opposite. More control over food, less anxiety, and less hunger throughout the day. Please leave it in the comment how you have felt in this regard by doing intermittent fasting. Simple sugars and refined carbohydrates out. Maintaining relatively stable blood glucose levels is associated with better mental health and less anxiety, as opposed to continually generating glucose spikes with these types of foods throughout the day. Moreover, this relationship is bidirectional. Anxiety facilitates poor glycemic control, and poor glycemic control facilitates anxiety, something that diabetic patients can perfectly corroborate. Now let's see how to modify your diet to combat anxiety. Omega-3 fatty acids. Inflammation has a clear role in the development of psychiatric disorders such as anxiety, and the fats you eat in your diet modulate inflammation. The omega-3 fatty acids regulate enzymes responsible for generating anti-inflammatory molecules. They are also involved in nerve impulse transmission. You can find them in oily fish, seafood, flax seeds, chia seeds and hemp seeds, also in supplements of course. More fruit and vegetables. A higher consumption of fruits and vegetables is almost always related to less anxiety in studies. On the one hand, because they provide important micronutrients that we will see. On the other, because they reduce oxidative stress levels thanks to their phytochemicals. And on the other hand, because they modulate the so-called good brain axis, which is the influence that the digestive microorganism in your digestive system has on your nervous system. Nuts and seeds. Although they have a bad press for being hypercaloric, the truth is that nuts and seeds are satiating, provide good fat, interesting micronutrients, and prebiotic fiber. 4 elements that we will discuss separately in this video, but which are concentrated in unison in these wonderful foods. Enough B12. One of the effects of a suboptimal intake of vitamin B12 is an increase in anxiety levels, as well as increased cardiovascular risk. Remember that this vitamin is found especially in animal foods. Consumption of a satiating breakfast. Those people who do not tolerate well to spend many hours without eating benefit from eating breakfast. In this case, what you eat for breakfast is key, and we have evidence that a breakfast that includes eggs maintains better satiety levels throughout the day, which will contribute to lowering anxiety. Ketogenic diet. Ketone bodies such as beta-hydroxybutyrate generated on a ketogenic diet have an inhibitory effect on the nervous system and decrease feelings of anxiety. If you've ever been in ketosis, you will know what I'm talking about. Leave me your testimony in the comments. Key micronutrients. Within the wide range of micronutrients, there are 3 that are especially important for keeping anxiety at bay. Zinc, magnesium, or selenium. You will find zinc in oysters, crustaceans, meat, organs, cruciferous vegetables, and roots. You will find selenium in Brazil nuts, shellfish, meat, beans, and lentils, and you will find magnesium in cruciferous vegetables, green leaves, oats, or dark chocolate. Probiotics with lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. These bacteria produce peptides that act as anxiolytics in the brain, in addition to improving neurotransmission. Here, the clearest example food will be yogurt. Spices. Most spices are wonderful and share many features with fruits and vegetables, as they are loaded with antioxidants. For anxiety, the best ones are turmeric, saffron, green tea catechins, as well as resveratrol and quercetin, phytonutrients you will find in many fruits and vegetables. If you found this video useful, don't forget to share it, especially with someone who suffers from anxiety. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos like this. See you soon, stay healthy and strong.